Alright, so today we are going to continue to solve quadratic systems. Solving quadratic systems. So, today's problems will look a little bit different than yesterday's. They'll both be trinomials. So today you're going to be solving stuff that looks like y is equal to negative x squared minus 2x plus 8. And then the second equation in that system is y equals x squared minus 8x minus 12. So they're both equal to y, so they're equal to each other. So we take the negative x squared minus 2x plus 8. We set it equal to the x squared minus 8x minus 12. Now, I'm going to move everything to the right-hand side. So when we do that, we add x squared, we add 2x, and we subtract 8. If we do that to the left side, then we add x squared, we add 2x, and we subtract 8 to the right-hand side. So on the left-hand side, we get a 0. On the right-hand side, x squared plus x squared is 2x squared. Negative 8x plus 2x is negative 6x. And negative 12 minus 8 is negative 20. Now, when you get to this stage of the problem, and you've got a leading coefficient other than 1, see if there's anything that every term is divisible by. And in this case, every term is even. So everything is divisible by 2. So look what you can do. You can divide both sides by 2. And when you divide 0 by 2, you get 0. And then 2x squared divided by 2 is x squared. Negative 6x divided by 2 is negative 3x. And negative 20 divided by 2, well, that's negative 10. Now we got a trinomial that we can factor. So this 0 is equal to x minus 5 times x plus 2. Negative 5 times 2 is negative 10. Negative 5 plus 2 is negative 3. So next, you're going to set each factor equal to 0. Thank you.
Could be for the day. And either mail I threw in there too.
Okay, appreciate it. So we've got an x minus 5 equal to 0 and an x plus 2 equal to 0. All right, so add 5 to each side. We get an x that's equal to 5 and subtract 2 from each side. X equals negative 2. All right, so those are your two zeros. Now, we got to substitute both of those into one of these equations. So what I'm going to do next is just put my 5 in parentheses, and I'm going to wait for my y, and then I'm going to put my negative 2 in parentheses, and I'm going to wait for my y. Here's what I mean. I'm going to use this bottom equation to substitute. So I'm going to take the 5, and I'm going to do 5 squared minus 8 times 5 minus 12. And that can all go in the calculator. So 5x squared minus 8 times 5 minus 12 equals, that's negative 27. And then we're going to do the same thing with the negative 2. So negative 2 squared minus 8 times negative 2 minus 12. So 2 negative x squared minus 8 times 2 negative minus 12 is a positive 8. And right here. So your two solutions, the 2 points where these two parabolas intersect, are at 5, negative 27, right here, and negative 2, positive 8. Any questions on any of those steps? All right, then we're going to do one more, and then I'm going to give you some practice to do. All right, so now we've got negative x squared minus 10x plus 12. And that's equal to, there's really a y equals in front. Oh, let's just do it here, equals y. And then x squared minus 6x minus 18 equal to y. All right, again, two things equal to the same thing are equal to each other. So I'm going to rewrite it as negative x squared minus 10x plus 12 is equal to x squared minus 6x minus 18. Gonna add x squared, add 10x, and subtract 12. And since I did it to the left side, I'm gonna do it to the right side. So add x squared, add 10x, and subtract 12. So on the left side, everything zeroes out, and we get 2x squared plus 4x minus 30. Again, everything is divisible by 2, so we're going to divide everything by 2. So 0 equals 2x squared divided by 2 is, oh shoot, that's supposed to be an equal sign. And when I've been touching my eraser today, my computer's been freezing, so 2x squared divided by 2 is x squared. 4x divided by 2 is positive 2x. And negative 30 divided by 2 is negative 15. So our 0 is equal to x plus 5 times x minus 3. 5 times negative 3 is negative 15. 5 minus 3 is 2. So you can set these x's equal to 0, right? X plus 5 equals 0. X minus 3 equals 0. Solve for x. All right, and then we're going to take our x values and substitute them into one of these equations, and I'm going to substitute into this bottom one again because the x is positive. So I've got a -5 that needs a y value and a 3 that needs a y value. So when I substitute the -5, -5 squared minus 6 times -5 minus 18. Again, it's a calculator operation. 5 negative x squared minus 6 times 5 negative minus 18. That's 37. So when our x is equal to -5, our y is equal to 37. Then we do the same thing with the 3. So 3 squared minus 6 times 3 minus 18. And that's -27. So when our x is equal to 3, our y is equal to -27. So those are the two solutions to this system. Again, these trinomials are both parabolas. This top one goes down because its a is negative. The bottom goes up because its a is positive. And those are the 2 points where the parabolas intersect each other. All right, so any questions on solving quadratic systems when they're both trinomials? Your practice for today is going to be on page 262 again. Problems 20 through 25. 20 through 25.